This is Turner Swan, and he came to me back in September of 2025, making $7,000 a month in his online fitness coaching business. But he was spending $2,000 a month on ad spend just to make that. $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Doesn't feel the best, right? And so when he came to me, he really wanted to focus on his organic and building his personal brand. And from September all the way to December, we've been able to scale him to 15 to 20K months. And now his reoccurring revenue is around 12 to 15K per month, all while keeping the ad spend completely the same. We have doubled his revenue. And while yes, I love to help people get more views, more followers, the vanity metrics, but here's the thing, we doubled his revenue without having to do anything besides just making better content. And that's the beauty in the game with all of this, changing his business and helping him and his own family make more money. And so without further ado, I'll let Turner explain his entire experience inside of Onyx because, well, he's killing it now. So Turner, take over the show. All right, Turner. What is good, my Canadian brother with a porn stash?
Not much, bro. Life's good.
Life's good. All right, so let's just get the show on the road, shall we? So I'm gonna put a gun to my head, basically, and call myself a scam, if you will, because, well, I got you like 0 results on the followers, views. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't say you want a money back. But jokes aside, because I'm not stupid to just say that, what did you gain instead, which kind of gave you like a reality shift on a lot of stuff that you were expecting or thinking?
So the biggest thing, like for me, I've noticed since like working with Ayush is my content. So before, like I was just kind of struggling with like the delivery. Since working with him, my views have gone up, not anything significant, but the biggest thing is when I'm getting on calls with like new leads or new customers, they're a lot warmer, a lot more prone to sign up for the program. I felt like I built more authority with my like current audience, and my income has gone up just through improving my content. There's a lot less like sales resistance on sales calls, and yeah.
And so like you started, like when you came to me, I remember you told me you were like running like $1,000 a month on ad spend. And within that $1,000, I know I made fun of you at first. I was like, bro, what do you mean you're barely making 7K, 8K a month? That's insane.
Yeah.
And so like now you're making like 15K recurring with the same ad spend. Like what about that experience? Like how does that make you feel, first of all?
It makes me feel like pretty good. It's just like before, like the ads were doing well, but essentially like from improving content, I've even noticed like, for example, my actual content, I can tell the people coming in when I post, and it's like there for a little bit. I can tell the people from the ads are going and watching the content, and I'm getting more like follows from the ads and engagement from the ads. It's just like essentially it's been like pouring gas on like logs that are like embers, and it's just like ended up creating a lot more interest in my like page, and like I said, a lot less. I find like one of the biggest things has been a lot less like sales resistance and building a lot more like trust with my audience, which is huge, especially in today's day and age in the online space. Everyone is like skeptical, so yeah, that's been like a really big win for me.
And so like I'm sure you wanted a viral video and all that shit, but like do you care anymore?
At this point, as long as my business is like still growing, I don't care to have like this like massive audience. I've seen growth in like my business and stuff like that, and my clientele, they're like all still getting like good results. And my business is doing better, and at the end of the day, like the viral, like going viral or like the views, like it's more of like a vanity metric. Like it doesn't really matter too much to me as long as my business is growing, which it has been, which is just proven that like how important your like content is.
So like I kind of want to share with like the people watching, like, because obviously I'm supposed to be the organic king, and like I'm supposed to apparently have the formula to crack organic, right? So like, do you feel like you know why you're not able to grow potentially? And like what we've been like really stressed and focusing on? Like I've told you like the other day, right? Like what are the main factors of like growing and like how to make a video actually get pushed. And it's more than just like a viral script or even the idea sometimes. It's not even the quality of the camera, it's the quality of, obviously, I told you, your camera presence and stuff. But isn't it kind of interesting how like even if you don't have the camera presence, yeah, like that would be the biggest like lever pull. How much you benefit you'll still see with your content being actually valuable.
No, yeah, of course. I like this course, especially in like working with you, has definitely like helped huge, especially in the sense of like even learning to speak better on camera, which is like I guess like something I'm naturally not good at, and something that's actually like improved in the past like 4 months. I feel like a lot. I don't feel like I'm just like reading a script. You know, I feel like I'm able to like I've been taught and like practice how to like put more of me into my content, which at the end of the day, like especially in like the space now, I think is like so important because there are so many content creators.
Yeah.
So
And so like with everything kind of being said, like what was like the biggest, I mean, you just said like learning how to talk better, but what was like the biggest thing you learned or took away from this whole experience?
just like with the content,
Building a personal brand, virality, how to scale your business, everything.
I just think like the biggest thing I think I've learned would be it's not just about like posting more or like following viral trends. Like there is like a formula of what's going to allow you to build like not only trust with your audience, but like sustainability. Like if you're just following these like trends and you really don't like understand content and you're just chucking up these trends and getting like views here and there, I think it's going to be good in the moment. But if you haven't built like a system, you're not going to have like long-term sustainability in your business.
And like, did you kind of like unravel like kind of like the funny like gray area mystery of like followers don't actually equal sales, views don't actually equal sales?
All followers don't equal dollars. I know, like, I guess to be blunt with it, like I know people who have like doubling the following that I do, and I'm making double what they're making.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And isn't it kind of interesting how like a lot of people, like at the end of the day, that's what I try to sell to everyone, right? Get more followers, reach, views, etc. But like at the end of the day, it's all about authority and how you present your content. And with that, like, how do you feel like that's translated into like your coaching? Like, do you feel like it's like helped your fulfillment in any ways?
Like, what aspects? Sorry, just trying to.
So like the way you present yourself on content now, the topics, how you have to work on your camera delivery, has that translated into other areas of your life?
Like I definitely feel like with my clients and stuff, like it's probably like the content I'm like posting now, like even like they're giving me a ton of really good feedback on stuff. And I don't know, weirdly enough, it's probably not like a coincidence, but I've always done good on referrals, but like I feel like since I've been posting the way I have, like I'm getting even more referrals. Like it's crazy.
Well, that's the power of organic, because now the way the algorithm, like how I've taught you, unfortunately, where you live, it's always going to push it to your local audience first. It's just with the way all the data and the back end work. And then from there, if it's really good, it just gets pushed to the whole world. So now it's just more people in your referrals are probably just now seeing all your stuff.
Yeah.
So it is pretty much connected.
And like, I guess an additional thing I'd like to add too is like, although like for me, the virality, it doesn't really matter, but it's just like, I've just like got so much more confident with my content. It's like, regardless of if it happens, I believe it's going to happen, but I think it's just a matter of time. And I'm okay with that because I know my content's improving like slowly over time, which at the end of the day is growth is slow improvement over time. That's the name of the game.
So before, when you started with me, you were making content, obviously.
Yeah.
What were the biggest fuck ups that you saw you were doing before to like now what you're not doing?
It's, I guess I would say like scripting was definitely a big one. Like just not understanding like why I was setting up my scripts the way I was. I think there was a lot of like really small things the way I was saying stuff in my script, my like even like camera angles, like lighting, like there's so many, I don't know, those would be like two, but there's like so many small details. And like one of my favorite parts was every week, like getting you to give me like needle movers. So I felt like each week I had like opportunity to progress on two small things. And I think like that's made like a huge difference, is like just knowing what I need to work on like week to week instead of just like going in blind and like wasting my time.
Right. No, definitely. So like what do you feel like you improved the most?
I would say my hooks.
Hmm.
Like my hooks have definitely got better. And then just um I would say under like my hooks and understanding why I'm posting like what I'm posting.
Hmm.
Instead of just like I feel like before I was just posting at like random because like I thought it was a good idea or like I thought it was funny. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Which like didn't it wouldn't doesn't make sense to do that. Like you need to have some sort of like structure, and it makes a difference.
So then to all the ad people potentially watching this, because all the ad people hate me. they all hate me. So what did you learn? Like, how did this positively affect you from an ad perspective? Yeah, you doubled your freaking income with the
Yeah.
same ad spend. That's the best part.
Yeah.
But like, what about the nuances of your ads that you learn and all that?
Like what did I learn about like how like I guess organic works with ads?
Mm-hmm.
I think if your organic's not good, like your ads won't do well because you have people coming into your profile who are already cold and aren't gonna trust you.
Yeah.
Want whatever you're giving, they're gonna trust you, get what they want, and then go away. As opposed to now, when people come into my page, they are a lot more prone to engage and like talk to me because they're like, wow, like this guy knows what he's talking about because you have so much proof and value on your page.
Mm-hmm. And like, what were kind of like, so like, obviously you doubled your revenue, but like, what kind of like KPI stats did you see? Like, for example, like, how many messages do you on average feel like you were getting before your content got better? And then like, compared to now?
From the ads.
Yeah.
Typically I would say I think one of the I don't know, I don't necessarily know the ratio with messages, but one thing I will say is just like with my ads and improving organic, I've actually noticed I've been getting a lot more coaching applications from the ads. It's like these people I've never like heard of before, and I definitely think they're coming in through the ads, seeing their organic content and going through the application.
Okay, so you're seeing like legit, like a full application, not even an opt-in from like a DM. It's just kind of like, no, like let's just go straight into like,
Yeah, they want to jump on a call and like hear like what the offer is. So, which is pretty cool.
wow,
Like seen that quite a bit actually.
fuck yeah, okay. So like, with everything all being said, what was kind of like your biggest takeaway? Not like trying to repeat yourself in any way, but like, what's kind of like your biggest takeaway with like how you want to scale your business? How do you want to present yourself in 2026? Because obviously you came in to 2025. I don't know where you were before, maybe the same point or even probably lower, but it's like when we joined together in like the fall, you were at like 7K, roughly 8K on a good day with obviously $1,000 in ad spend to now double to now you're always making now 15K recurring with that same ad spend. What is like, how has this kind of opened your vision and your eyes for 2026?
Just with like my content or like more so
No, the
with,
business. Fuck the content, the business. Because at the end of the day, that's why we're doing this, right?
I mean the past like 4 months just opened me up to like the possibility of like what can be accomplished with like organic content, and like I'm I'm excited for 2026 because I've 4 months in business. I feel like for most people, like it sounds like maybe it's a short period of time. To me, it sounds like a short period of time because it goes by so quick. But in that time span, like obviously, like there was a lot of effort put in. But I'm excited to see where I can go in the next 12 months knowing the way my content's progressing and how that's going to help my like business that much more.
Mm-hmm. And like, do you foresee yourself like seeing like a 30K month this year, 50K?
I think definitely probably between, I would say, 20 and 30.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So what to anyone like watching this video here, and talk to the ad people, because at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing. What would you tell them, whether they're a 6-figure, 7-figure earner? Like, what would you tell to like an ad person?
Like just about the program or about like organic content?
Well, just sell Onyx to them. Tell them why
So
they're not going to go
for someone, okay, so for someone who's like, let's say newer to online coaching, what I would say to them is that you can run ads until you're blue in the face, but if you don't have the skills or the value to convert them, it's like you're lighting your money on fire. And then in regards to people who have like bigger businesses and are running ads, it's just going to be, if the goal is to grow faster, it's just going to be like putting gasoline on the fire. And I think you'll be surprised how much faster it'll grow.